And right now it's about like noon for me in my time zone. But I want to come on here and talk about how to raise your vibration like across the board on this planet because things feel heavy sometimes, right? And we just recently went through a full moon phase that, you either got a lot of prosperity or you experienced more of like the lower frequencies. And just to school you on how to be spiritual and how to become spiritually enlightened, how to become spiritually enlightened and stay enlightened, throughout your process is really like knowing that the full moons and the new moons like are really important. And it's not to say that like astrology is what you need to learn, but it can help you. And just knowing the moon phases, right? Because the moon is correlated, and I've said this before, but just for some of you who are not aware, the moon is correlated to the woman, to the female's reproductive system. So when she goes through her moon phases, her menstruation phases, it is the exact time that the moon goes in its phases too, right? So like the moon takes 28 days for a full cycle, and a female cycle is 28 days as well, especially if they're, on rhythm and they don't have hormonal issues. So, knowing that you can actually manifest during these times is important, but it's not really like manifestation. I don't go into every new moon, which is where you plant your intentions or when you plant seeds. Even when we're talking about gardening, like you use the moon cycles to plant seeds on certain times so that they grow better. This is universal. This is universal information, universal knowledge, wisdom that can help you throughout your life. So even if you're not a gardener, it works in life as well. So when you are making a plan, let's just say, like for me, this last moon cycle was I got a new career opportunity. Not to say that I'm leaving anything else behind, but I'm just diving into a new area of my career, like a side thing that could really help me. And throughout the moon cycle, I noticed like this came to me, around the new moon. And then I actually, or a little bit before that, I actually completed a phase, right? And getting certificated. I'm on board to like on track to getting licensed and everything. And I got all of this knowledge and all of these, you could just say confirmations during the full moon. So I was able to see to what is it called? Reap what you sow. I was able to like see the intention that I put in and see how that grew over the time. And I was able to like, you know, what is it called? Like feel or collect the fruits of your labor. So that's like when you do something well and then or you do something good, right? And then you get that response back like of either gratitude or you feel like you completed something, you completed your mission, whatever that may be. That's what I'm talking about when I say the moon cycles are a good indication of where you are in life and where you're setting your intentions and goals, right? Because if we don't have goals, if we're not on the road to like learning something new or discovering something new, then we're just stagnant throughout our life, or at least throughout these phases when we're not actively doing something. And we all have off seasons. It's not like every day or every season of the year I'm creating something. It can also just be like a thought form, a lesson. You can also just really discover a lesson during the new moon. And if you practice what you preach, if you practice on like really building your skills, then during the full moon, you're actually going to see that that's beneficial for you. And, after you do it for a few years, because I've been on this mission to find out what the purpose of the world, what the purpose of life is ever since I graduated from high school. So for me, that's been like, that was in 2011. So ever since then, I've been doing YouTube videos trying to find out like, what is the purpose of life? Like, what do I feel? What kind of energies am I reading from the universe? We're talking about manifestation and just being spiritual, like being spiritually aware and awoken and staying like that during these times where people are kind of losing it. People are spiraling out. Everybody wants like an uprise, right? They're going against government, the political stuff, the war, the trade wars, the money, the economy. The stock market's actually crashing right now. So there's a lot of chaos, right? So, even more of a reason for us to really try and keep our frequency and our energy high and light. So, the only way you can do that, the only way you can stay on a high vibration is by being light and like getting rid of all of your heavy emotions and your heavy traumas and all of your anger, frustration, hatred, all of your doubts, those energies are heavy. So when you let them go, when you change those energies into more the positive, to more of a positive way, because right, everybody can be doubtful. I doubt myself all the time. But if I stay in that energy and that frequency, then I'm going to be holding in that low vibration. When you doubt yourself, like let it be for a second or two or three, and then reanalyze the way you're thinking and be like, okay, there's always a way to solve a problem. There is always a solution. And that's what I've learned in life. There's always a solution, and you're always going to be able to get out of some kind of messy thing that you got yourself into. Always. As long as you are transparent, you're learning, you're staying on a higher vibration, you can literally create miracles in your life. I've dealt with people that you would think are just impossible to reason with, impossible to get through, right? Impossible to hold them accountable for what they do in secrecy and behind people's back. And I've been able to create miracles to shatter all of those illusions and not just expose people for what they're doing and expose hidden intentions, but remain solid within myself, remain like 100 and just be mindful all the time, not let people make me into a like a mean person or someone who's angry. Like I don't let anybody change who I am. With their messiness, with their hatred, with their anger, I don't let anybody get to me. I'm always going to be smiling, and I'm always going to be like, "Oh, I can get myself out of any situation that comes my way." Like because it's not always my fault. Sometimes you're dealing with other people who have weird energies, and you need to try to figure out how to, get through those things or manage yourself. It's like being on the ocean, and that's a very spiritual way of metamorphosizing or trying to bring a metaphor to the forefront, because people learn with images. People learn with like when you connect the dots to other things. I can't just tell you, hey, be spiritual all the time, have a high frequency, be positive all the time, because like where's the context, where's the lesson, where's the images, how can you show me that that works? So that's what I do on this channel. So if you are aware of me, I'm a lot bigger on Instagram because that's just where I did a lot of my work, and I like abandoned YouTube because I just wasn't like interested. But now I'm back on here because I'm realizing more people are on YouTube looking for spiritual knowledge, and I'm not on there. Like I have my old stuff, but that's what I do. I teach people how to just see the signs, read the signs. Like your name means something. Decipher your name just by looking at the letters, not even using gematria, looking at the letters and the words and how they correlate to some English languages, some Spanish languages, some German. Just connect the dots because your purpose is written in your name. If you don't know what your purpose is and you don't know, hey, what's up? Sorry, I'm not saying hi right away, CJ. If you don't know what your purpose is, you don't know what you need to do in this life or what direction to go in, start with your name, start with your birthday. Like I said, you don't need astrology to know who you are, to know how to be spiritual. You can just learn through yourself. Learn through your family members. What role are people playing in your life? Who has held you back? Who has betrayed you? And what kinds of people or patterns do you need to look out for? Hey, what's up, ETM? So yeah, I teach people how to be a spiritual gangster basically. Like learn how to get out there in the world and decipher and see who's lying to you, who has hidden intentions, who's trying to manifest things that are against you. And just when you learn how to traverse these things and work around them, you're going to reach success. I'm talking about how people block you from being successful. I'm talking about how there's a bunch of haters out here that don't like spiritual people, that don't like people who are knowledgeable and know how to get out of the system. Because what I realized is when I learned, oh, cool. Oh, my favorite color, I could say it's black. I like anything that's black or light blue. So those are like really two different colors, but I like them both. And I've never really had just like one favorite color because I'm very perceptive and I have good reasons for everything. Like I have good reasons why the color brown is dope, you know? I like certain colors, but I hate pink. So it's just weird like that. Alien crime. My opinion on what is your opinion on what do you think? All right, thanks for that. So I do watch some crime stuff, but not that much because like it's low frequency. It's a lot about death and all that stuff. And even though murder is cool because I'm really obsessed with the Mackenzie Shirilla case, if you go on my page, I did a video about that case and why everyone's so obsessed. Like even if you're not into like crime stuff, this is very this is a hot topic because it's obsessive. Like people want to understand how this girl was able to like drive into a wall 100 miles per hour, and like what could be the intention. And I know that it was a ritual sacrifice. Like I know this because I follow other psychics. I follow spiritual mediums and I see what they say and I connect them to like the facts that some of these crime pages are talking about and I connect them to things that I know and I just connect all of the dots and I can see the bigger picture. So we're talking about bloodlines, ritual sacrifice, magic that Mackenzie Shirla's family was doing. And so yeah, but that's me talking about crime. I'm here to talk about spirituality and seeing through the bullshit, seeing through what people just seeing through the obstacles that people put in front of you so that you don't succeed. That's why your bloodline hasn't succeeded in life because you need to take that role of the person that gets your bloodline, your family out of the chaos. Okay, because there's families out here that pass down their knowledge, they pass down money. Okay, why do our parents want to spend all their money before they die and not pass it down? Like there is a bloodline, there are things in your bloodline, ancestral karmas that you need to break if you really want to be successful in this life. If you really want to reach, the highest highs, you need to let go of all that dark, heavy energy that you're carrying that your family passed on to you. So if you want to learn about real life stuff, not just other people's like madness, then you know what? Start here because I have a lot of answers for people. So I don't appreciate like the comments that are like just like what are you doing here? You're just wasting your own time. So yeah, I'm not here to waste time. I'm here to show people how to get the fuck out of the matrix and stay out of the matrix, not get back into it and get back into the bullshit and the drama and the politics and all that stuff that holds you back because you're not getting anywhere in life if you're absorbing other people's bullshit. So stop doing that, get around it and get onto a higher path because that's what I'm here to teach you guys.